Welcome back. I'd just like to go through some of the principles that I use to do this reverse timetabling. Well, first of all, I'm assuming that the curriculum has been spelt out to you. So usually your school will say how many sessions of art, how many sessions of PE, and so on each grade level should do. So I've assumed that you know that. In this particular school, hopefully you can see that some of the classes run for hour sessions and some of the classes run for half-hour sessions. So the school needs to determine that. First thing I'd do is put in the things that must happen. So the Monday morning assemblies, I've used the grey colour to indicate I don't want any specialist classes there. Same thing happens on the Friday for their special activities. The next sort of must activities are things like sport. In this school there's Year 5, 6 sport on Wednesday afternoons, and they have to travel to other schools, so that has to happen on a Wednesday afternoon. Once sport happens on a particular day, I've got to make sure that I don't put any phys ed classes on that day. So you can see I haven't got the phys ed classes of the green. I haven't got any of those on Wednesday. So I've locked in sport. The Year 3s and 4s have it Thursday afternoon. The next thing I lock in, this school has a subject called PMP, which is like a motor skills coordination exercise type thing that all the kids in that year level do. So I've locked those sessions out. I have to timetable around those. And anything else that might happen, meetings or so on. The next I'd have a look at the most difficult subjects or teachers. So that's where my little sub-timetable down here comes in handy. I've marked in the teacher and the class, and I've locked out the days that teacher can't be at school. So this music teacher ER is not here Monday, Wednesday or Thursday. So I have to schedule all the classes on Tuesday and Friday. That's quite restrictive, so I need to do that. That's one of the first things I need to do. So I've marked in her instrumental music classes using that consecutive value where she wants to have the same year level after the other. So I've got a Year 1 followed by Year 1. I've got a Year 3 followed by Year 3, and so on. Next, there are some subjects that happen in doubles or hour lots. You can see there's an hour of library there and an hour of LOTE. So I'm going to schedule that in, and since the Year 5s have sport on Monday afternoon, that's a good time to do their non-phys ed activities on a Monday morning. And then I'll focus on this particular combination of subjects throughout the week, trying to get a nice spread. In addition to doing these classes, by having one class after the other, it gives these teachers, the core class teachers who normally have the kids, time to meet and plan together. That was another major requirement for this school. So in the junior levels, you can see I've done that same sort of thing. So we've got music running through the prep classes for half hour each, drama running through the prep classes, and phys ed running through those same prep classes. So the 3 prep core teachers are free then to meet together for an hour and a half. So that is a pattern in itself, and I can use parts of that pattern or that full pattern throughout the week for other classes. So that's the strategy that I use, and it usually takes an hour or two to complete the timetable. If anybody has any other techniques or any other ideas, please post them, or if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to explain this in more detail. Thank you.